answer, and I'm sorry to anyone that wants to ask a question. I've already got questions. Don't lick your butt. Don't lick your butt. Okay. Good boy. So yeah, I've got some questions and some answers. Okay. Mum, go with the first question.
Okay, question 1 from Maisie_airs134. Do you like cliff jumping?
Well, of course I love cliff jumping. The highest cliff I've ever jumped off is 5 meters, and it was so fun. So, well, we don't know exactly because we don't know the measurement. Some people think it's 7 meters, some people think it's 5. I'm not sure, it depends on the tide.
Question 2 from May_X_DanceX_. What's your favourite movie?
That's a tough one. I think I'm gonna have to go with Minions. They're so cute.
Question 3 from Caitlin_79. What do you love about the sea?
I love the feeling as I'm going into it from dry to wet. I love it kind of coming up onto my body when I jump off cliffs or when I get in. I love the feel of the waves against me, and I just love being wet.
Question from Swim Jim T. What's the longest you've been underwater?
Well, in the sea, it would probably be about 37 minutes. But when I was in Disney, I went to Epcot, and you know, if anyone that's been to Disney knows what I'm talking about, but there's this big fish tank. It's got sharks and turtles and fish, and I went scuba diving in that, and I'm assuming that was for like 45 minutes. So that's probably the longest I've been underwater.
Okay, Sharon on Facebook says, have you found that proprioceptive strategies don't work as much as they used to when you were younger?
Well, I haven't noticed the difference, but my mum might have. I mean,
what do you do to help with that now?
I usually hang from my monkey bars that are downstairs, or I do a heavy work activity. You're pushing me off the bed! Sofa thing. Yeah, I usually do like a heavy activity or something.
What would you do if you were at school and you needed some...
At school, I usually do this thing. It's kind of like pushing. It's easier on a hard surface. What direction? It kind of like pushing yourself up, but no one really notices. And it gives me lots of input just in class, and no one really notices.
Another question from Swim Jim T. He wants to know what sensory thing bothers you the most.
What sensory thing? Well, that's an easy question. You see, I love to give great big hugs, but I don't know how hard I'm hugging, and because my brother feels everything, I quite often hurt him, and that just makes me so sad to know that my sensory is giving me a disadvantage at hugging people.
Okay, back to Sharon on Facebook. She wants to know, when you are overwhelmed or agitated, is there anything you do to help you calm down?
Well, again, heavy weights or stuff, like my brother's ankle weights, I just like hold them, or like hang from somewhere. And at school, if you can get your teachers to let you help them with like moving boxes or like handing out books, that's really good at school. But at home, I hang on my monkey bars, or I literally just pick up my brother's ankle weights and then I put them back down again.
If you found yourself suddenly really stressed or overwhelmed, what helps you kind of come back down?
Well, it does depend on what's made me feel like this. Like, if there's too many people, then I just need to get by myself. But sometimes if it's something at school and I just find myself really stressed at something, then I do just, when I come home, I just need a big hug. I often run out of class if I suddenly feel stressed, but that's not a good strategy. At the moment, I'm trying to find safe places to go when I feel stressed in class, and at my new school there's a place that will help me.
question from Virtue Gymnastics. Why do you like movement?
Well, it helps me. It's fun and yeah, it helps me.
Why do you think kids need movement?
And at a sensory point of view, you need movement to like stay focused, and I like staying focused and listening to the teachers, but I can't do that if I haven't moved because I just can't concentrate.
And the last question is from Swim Jim T. He says, when you were making slime, did you use all of your brother's shaving foam?
It is not my brother's shaving foam. It is specially bought from the store just for making slime. Slime did not work, but no, I did not use the entire bottle. I did eventually because I made loads of versions of it. It just failed. But thank you so much for all your questions. Maybe I'll do another question and answer next time. Well, thank you for watching. Goodbye.